question today is, where do you get your motivation? Or where do I get my motivation? Or where does he get his motivation from? Or where does she get her motivation from? The exact same place you get your motivation from. Except they just happen to have a better way of filtering all the extra garbage that comes through. You, like that's extra garbage that came in. I had to pause it. You have to get rid of the extra garbage. So in order to get motivated for anything, if you start thinking about reasons why you're not going to do it, guess what all that is? It's extra garbage. So, you know, in my case, I actually at some point in time started to see those things as kind of like, you know, if I'm the middle of a bullseye and this stuff is kind of flying around my head, and it was, oh, you can't do that because blah blah blah. You don't want to do that because this might happen. You don't want to do this because that might happen. And then after I think about it for a while, I start to see these. Well, yeah, you can do that. It's actually pretty simple if you just get over, you know, all these issues you're having with your own confidence. So over time, and I mean, probably varies in everyone's life, but over a good amount of time, you learn to just basically take those initial negative thoughts and toss them, and then the more that you're going outside your box to try to do something, the more confidence you have, because you're able to quickly eliminate a lot of the bullshit excuses. I mean, when you're doing things, there are real barriers that you need to think about and you know, before you do something in real life. So there are you know, there are things that you have to calculate more or less, you know, before you do something, depending on what level of whatever you're doing is. But you know, you've got to learn to take that wave of thoughts and emotions, more or less, I think is what it is, and thoughts, emotions, techniques, you know, whatever it is. I'll give you an example of something that I've been thinking about doing quite a bit, and it's driving me crazy. My dad is pushing 80 years old, and as a child, when I was a child, I should say, he actually, what he said, when he was a child, he was very into water sports, skiing, water skiing, and at a young age, he learned how to barefoot water ski, which is basically you go out and take the boat at a very high rate of speed, say 40 miles an hour, and you put your foot in the water and you drop a ski, and you're skiing without any skis on. They call that barefooting. But at any rate, I ended up learning how to do that when I was about 14 years old, and my dad loves seeing it, so he claims that he did it until he was age 50. So I'm 47 right now, and this is wild because I'm still thinking about it. Three years away, or I'm not 47 yet. I'll be 47 in a few months, but so 3 years away. I'm nervous about if I can barefoot at age 50. I haven't done it. I'm 46 right now. I haven't done it in 3 or 4 years, and the last time I did do it, it was rough. It was painful, and that experience that I had, that was rough and painful, in reality, which that experience I didn't plan for. I just did it, and I hadn't done it forever because I figured I had it. You know, I'd actually pulled it off, but it was, you know, could have been pulled off a little smoother. But that one experience that I had gave me enough to have all these extra negative things pop up, and it was something that I 100% know how to do, and put myself through all those steps to get rid of those negative connotations. You know, the what ifs, what if. You know, the less you say that, the more you're going to do something, you know, straight up. So when you're trying to do something new, you will talk yourself out of doing something new before you even knew that you were thinking of something new in a lot of cases. People that have programmed themselves to shy away from, you know, anything out of their normal bone. You know what I mean? If a new opportunity pops up over here, you know, like I said, that stuff that's going by, opportunities, emotions, feelings, relationships, you know, all of these things that make up our life are always flying by, and it's up to you to pay attention and grab one of them and run with it. You know, you've had these feelings and these thoughts about who knows what, that are positive and good for you, good for your family, good for your friends, good for everybody, but for some reason you have talked yourself out of doing it. And if you don't take that energy that's flying around you, because you've got positive and negative energy flying around you, if you don't take that energy and turn it into a positive, something to where you can make yourself smile by doing whatever it is that you're doing, and it's the simplest thing to the most complex thing. It gives you the same exact reward, the same exact feeling when you complete something that you set yourself out to do. I don't care if it's something as simple as taking a walk around the block. You know, some people, that's a task. They haven't walked in a long time. They don't get out very much. They walk to their car and they walk to their office. Or now they don't walk anywhere. They just stay at home. You know, so take a walk around the block and then think about the obstacles you may face while out there in the world. You may face someone with a mask on. You may face someone, walking a dog. You might have to say hello to a neighbor. You may have a small conversation with some random person about who knows what, but those are the things that make you smile a little bit. You're like, hadn't I taken that walk, I wouldn't have met John, Mary, and their dog and their little daughter that live 6 houses away from me, and had no clue that we were both into badminton. Things like that are a dime a dozen, and if you just go outside of your normal routine and step into that realm, boom, motivation. That's how you motivate yourself. If you got to say, well, I'm going to go do something that I normally don't do, and then as soon as you say that, pow, all these things pop in, and the excuse factory starts. And it's up to you to decide whether you're going to pick the right path in order for you to accomplish whatever it is. So I speak a lot about BMX bikes, and that's that process of learning tricks, new tricks, or learning how to jump a new obstacle, or how to ride a new obstacle, or whatever it is. Those are all tricks also. I mean, just going somewhere new and looking at a jump that you've never jumped, or a hill that you've never rolled over, or anything, is always a constant struggle, because your mind is comparing all of your previous experiences with things in that realm, and it's up to you to disassociate from all the negative. You've got to pick the positive and make it a fun experience versus a scary, freaky, I'm going to go to the hospital experience. So, had I been thinking that the whole time I've been riding BMX bikes, I surely would not be riding BMX bikes for, 35 years on a high level at this point in time. Just not possible. So think about that. And I like to make these short and sweet. It is February 2nd today. The sun is blasting out of the east. I'm on my way into work. I had to get motivated to wake up and go to work today. But that's not motivation. That is repetition. There's a difference. They coincide. You gotta watch it. So, all right, folks. All right, Rich. Peace. See you next time around. Stay motivated, folks.